Welcome to Ganga today. Government officials often say that hydropower projects do not harm the Ganga in any way. Why are you people opposing it? Let me try to explain the beauty of the Ganga and why and how the hydropower projects damage it. The National Environment Engineering Research Institute, Nagpur, did a study of the self-purifying qualities of the Ganga river. It found that the sediments or the sand in the Ganga contain high levels of copper and minor levels of radioactive thorium and other chemicals. Now these chemicals have bactericidal qualities. They kill bacteria. The second thing they found that water of all rivers and lakes contains certain bacteria called Coliforms. These are harmful bacteria and they carry a large number of diseases. The waters also have another bacteria called Coliphage. These are opposite of each other. So the Coliphage enters into coliform and destroys it. There is a constant war going on in the water between the coliforms, which are harmful, and coliphages that are beneficial. So NEERI found that usually one type of coliform is destroyed by one particular type of coliphage. So if we have 400 types of coliform, then there have to be 400 types of coliphages to kill that. If, let us say, there is a coliform that creates malaria, but you don't, for some reason, you don't have the coliphage which destroys that particular malaria coliform, then the coliform of malaria will proliferate in that water, and that water, when taken by a human being, will lead to malaria. NEERI found that the coliphage of the Ganga has what is called wide spectrum qualities. Instead of one coliphage destroying one particular type of coliform, the coliphage of the Ganga has the capacity of killing many types of coliforms at one go. So the coliphages of Ganga are somewhat like the wide spectrum antibiotics that we use, which use of one antibiotic will kill a large number of bacteria. NEERI says that this wide spectrum quality of the coliphage is unique to the Ganga and is not found in any other river in the country, perhaps in the world. The third point that NEERI makes is that these beneficent coliphages, they stick to the sediments or the sand, and they lie dormant in the sand maybe even for years. But when they sense the presence of a coliform near them, then they wake up and they become active and they attack the coliforms. Therefore, in order to conserve these unique coliphages, it is necessary to maintain the character and the quantity of the special sand of the Ganga, which is their home. To summarize, the unique quality of the Ganga is that it has some copper and radioactive thorium, and it has wide spectrum coliphages which are unique to this river. Now let us examine how these coliphages may be harmed by the hydropower projects. The first point is that the creation of these wide spectrum coliphages may itself be hit. We don't know under what conditions these wide spectrum coliphages are created in the Ganga. Perhaps it is the velocity of flow, it is the high level of oxygen in the water, it is presence of certain chemicals in the water, it is presence of certain vegetations in the water, and perhaps it is some spiritual charges of Badrinath and Kedarnath in the water, which is leading to the development of such wide spectrum Coliphages. Once we put the water of this Ganga either into a reservoir or into a tunnel in hydropower projects, we are removing the friction between the water and the rocks nearby. So the copper and thorium that are induced in the water will no longer be induced. The velocity will be less, the level of oxygen will be less, and therefore, first of all, it is quite possible that the wide spectrum Coliphages may not be created at all. Secondly, the sand on which these Coliphages live is created by the rubbing of the Ganga water with the rocks around it. Now, if you are going to put the Ganga into tunnels and reservoirs, then that friction is eliminated, and therefore the sand may not have that element of copper and thorium, and it may not be a proper home for these wide spectrum Coliphages. Despite these findings, NEERI has concluded that the making of the Tehri dam has not harmed this self-purifying capacity of the Ganga, because they said that they found the presence of these Coliphages downstream of Tehri. I think that is not a good conclusion. It is possible that the sand containing these Coliphages, which has flowed down before the Tehri dam was constructed, is still there. But it will not last forever. So, simply because the negative impacts of the Tehri dam have not yet been observed, therefore we say they are not existing, is not correct. Logically, it appears to me that if the creation of the unique sand and the unique Coliphages is hit, then certainly it will impact the quality of water downstream. Therefore, I think the time has come for us to realize that the Ganga water is not just plain water. It has certain unique qualities, and for that, the conservation of those unique qualities, we should abstain from making hydropower projects, because this is a world heritage. This is not just a heritage of India. Just imagine what we will be losing if we lose these wide spectrum Coliphages. In fact, the practice of Kanvad Yatra, where people carry a pot full of water of the Ganga to offer to the Shiva in their village, and after offering to that Shiva, the water flows into the village ponds. That is maybe one reason, one way of taking these wide spectrum Coliphages from the Ganga and reaching it across the country. Therefore, because of these unique qualities of the Coliphages, it is time to abstain from making any hydropower project on the Ganga. Please like and share this post. Please subscribe to our channel, and for more information, please visit our website www.gangatoday.com or call us. Thank you.